The 10-year timeline reveals the truth. Science tracked 400 lives for a decade to answer one question. Why do some people catch every break while others watch their lives disintegrate? The answer sits in a laboratory at the University of Hertfordshire. It dismantles every assumption about fortune, fate, and destiny. You think luck is lightning striking a rod. It is a structure you build, brick by brick, often without realizing you hold the trowel. Dr. Richard Wiseman launched the largest scientific study into luck ever conducted. He recruited participants who identified as exceptionally lucky or chronically unlucky. He analyzed their behavior, their psychology, and their outcomes. The differences he found were not genetic, they were not mystical. They were behavioral. The most famous experiment from the study exposes the mechanism perfectly. Wiseman handed each participant a newspaper. He gave them a simple task: count the photographs inside. The unlucky group ground through the pages. They took about 2 minutes to finish. They found 43 images. The anxiety of the test consumed them. They focused entirely on accuracy. The lucky group finished in seconds. They chuckled. They told the researcher the answer was 43. The difference lay on page 2. A message in massive 2-inch type covered half the page. Stop counting. There are 43 photographs in this newspaper. The unlucky participants stared right at it. They saw the ink. They saw the letters. They registered nothing. Their anxiety created a spotlight so intense it blinded them to the exit. Later in the paper, a second message appeared. Stop counting, tell the experimenter you have seen this, and win $250. The unlucky group missed that too. They walked past a cash prize because they were too busy doing exactly what they were told. This phenomenon explains the architecture of bad luck. Anxiety activates the amygdala. It forces the brain into a state of threat detection. You become hyper-focused on the immediate task, the bill, the deadline. This tunnel vision physically blocks your ability to process peripheral information. The unlucky person succeeds at counting photos. They fail at seeing the game. Lucky people operate with a relaxed, open attention. Their lower anxiety levels allow the prefrontal cortex to scan the periphery. They notice the anomalies. They catch the whisper that screams opportunity. But noticing is only the first friction point. Seeing the door matters little if you refuse to turn the handle. Barnett Helzberg Jr. built a jewelry empire with $300 million in revenue. He wanted to sell. One day, he walked past the Plaza Hotel in New York City. He heard a voice call out, "Mr. Buffett." Most people keep walking. Social protocol demands privacy. Helzberg stopped. He recognized Warren Buffett. He walked over. He introduced himself. He pitched his company right there on the sidewalk. A year later, Helzberg Diamonds belonged to Berkshire Hathaway. History calls that a lucky break. The research calls it a calculated probability. Helzberg possessed the knowledge. He knew his company fit Buffett's portfolio. But the magic was the luck surface area. He placed himself in the path of the event. He engaged. He took the social risk. The unlucky person hears Mr. Buffett, thinks that's interesting, and keeps walking to their meeting. They protect their schedule. They lose the fortune. Luck functions as a surface area. It follows a mathematical equation. The number of people you interact with, multiplied by the depth of your authenticity. Every stranger represents a potential catalyst. Every conversation acts as a lottery ticket where the odds tilt in your favor. The study found lucky people smile twice as often. They make more eye contact, they initiate contact in line, at the coffee shop. This behavior is data acquisition. They constantly ping their environment for new inputs. The unlucky person moves through the world in a defensive crouch. Head down, headphones on, eyes on the pavement. They stay safe. They also remain entirely cut off from the unexpected. They collapse their luck surface area to zero, but a deeper layer exists. It involves what you hear when the room goes quiet. 90% of the lucky participants trusted their intuition in personal relationships. 80% relied on it for career moves. They treated their gut feeling as high-quality intelligence. Neuroscience supports this trust. Your brain processes millions of bits of sensory data every second. Your conscious mind handles about 40. That feeling is the other 99.9% of your brain processing patterns you have yet to consciously recognize. The lucky person listens to the data. The unlucky person demands logic. They make pro-con lists. They rationalize their way into bad marriages and dead-end jobs because the spreadsheet looked correct. Trusting the signal requires quiet. It requires a baseline of calm. If you run on cortisol, the signal drowns in the static of survival mode. Even with intuition and openness, tragedy strikes. The distribution of pain is surprisingly uniform. The difference lies in the processing. Wiseman found that lucky people use counterfactual thinking to flip the narrative. An unlucky person falls down the stairs and breaks a leg. They think, I am cursed. Why does this happen to me? A lucky person falls down the same stairs. They think, I am lucky I avoided a broken neck. This sounds like a simple coping mechanism. It is actually a survival strategy. By reframing the event as a near miss of something worse, they preserve their morale. They stay open. They keep the luck surface area expanded. The unlucky person spirals. They contract. They become convinced the universe is hostile. This belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. They stop looking for the good, so they cease finding it. The belief itself locks the cage. Wiseman decided to test if this trait was permanent. He created Luck School. He took a group of chronically unlucky people, the ones who missed the newspaper text, the ones who broke their legs and blamed the universe. He taught them the framework. Break the routine. Talk to strangers. Trust the gut. Reframe the failure. 1 month. That was the timeline. The results were absolute. 80% of the participants reported a measurable increase in luck. They reported chance encounters. They found money. They got promoted. Relationships healed. The universe remained constant. The probabilities remained exactly the same. The observer had shifted. They realized the cage was unlocked. It had been unlocked the entire time. The implications are terrifying. If luck is a skill, then being unlucky is a choice. It is a pattern of behavior practiced until it feels like destiny. You built the tunnel vision. You chose the anxiety. You walked past the 2-inch headline promising you a prize because you focused too hard on counting the problems. The newspaper is in your hands right now. The bold text is screaming at you. Look up.